Good morning, students. Sister Smita here with you. How are you? I am sure you all are safe, happy and enjoying your lockdown period. Please students, study, do not waste time. You are already in 10th standard. And I am glad to be with you after almost 3 months. And as I stand here, I can visualize the faces of the students of 10th D, C and B. So students, let's get back to our work. Kunal sir told me that he has already done with you Social Studies chapter number 1 and 8. And I am going to continue with chapter 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Traditional Handicraft and Fine Arts. Students, in the chapter 1, you already saw what is the natural heritage of India and what is cultural heritage. And you realize how rich we are when we talk about our natural heritage. All that as you see, the flora, fauna, then about the other varied culture that we are having, environment, nature, and all that as we see is our natural heritage. And you also saw the landscape, rivers, vegetation. There is a lot, student, wildlife and all. And in the cultural heritage also you saw that whatever our culture has been, what we have created in Gujarat, whatever is there, that is about Dholavera and all. And so students, that is a cultural heritage. But today we are going to see in detail about the cultural heritage of India. And so let's begin. I'll be explaining you. So be with me. Open your textbook and come to page number 8. India is a country of rich cultural heritage. India is a country of rich cultural heritage. Underline that, cultural heritage. It includes materialistic and genetical heritage. Students, it includes two types of heritage, and which are there? Materialistic as well as genetical heritage. Now, students, what is a genetical heritage? Or you may ask me, sister, what is materialistic heritage? It's given to us over here and I wanted to make a bracket to that. Okay? So, genetical heritage is a child inherits physical and mental characteristics from the parents by birth is known as genetical inheritance. Close the bracket. I told you to open the bracket here. A child inherits from there till genetical inheritance. Now in short, students, what you have to remember over here? Physical and mental characteristics which a child inherits from his parents right from the time of his birth. Whereas house, land, estate, like properties obtained from ancestors is called as the materialistic heritage. So students, soon after that you will underline, whereas from there you will make a bracket till material heritage. Now in the material heritage, what do you see, students? It is that house, land, estate or the properties, all that you have obtained, all that you have got it from your ancestors, from your grandparents to your parents, from your parents to you, and later on you will hand it over to your children. That is known as the materialistic heritage. Similarly, whereas man obtains or creates with his intellect and skills is generally called cultural heritage. Now, students, man obtains or creates with his intellect and skill is generally called as the cultural heritage. Students, I want you to underline this. Obtains or creates with his intellect and skill. Now, students, each one of us have got talents. Each one, maybe you will not have the same talents. Everyone's talents are different. So whatever talents, whatever skills you have got, what you have received, and you create out of that something new, that is called as a cultural heritage. For example, you are a sculptor or you are a painter. and you have made a nice portrait, and then you give nice colors. It is something that is your unique, which is not there created by someone else, and therefore that becomes yours. Now, if it is being worked and if it is sold and taken by someone else, so they hand it over to different people, is known for them as a cultural heritage. That proper painting, the particular painting which has been handed over, is called as the materialistic heritage. But material, because it has been given the property, but the one who has portrayed, the one who has done it, he has got the talents from his parents, and that is how he has obtained it. He has created his masterpiece. In the same manner, traditions, customs, rituals, and special types of lifestyle adopted by our ancestors is known as a cultural heritage. Once again, open the bracket from in the same manner and underline the words traditions, customs, rituals, and special types of lifestyle adopted by our ancestors. Students, many of you say, no sister, our culture is like that. In our culture, we are supposed to be doing this. These are the rituals that we have to follow. Or you say, this is our tradition. And so students, that is how we keep up. This is how we keep up. And that is known as a cultural heritage. In addition, other matters like education, farming, trade, rules and regulations for daily life, festivals, entertainment, art and handicraft, beliefs and skills are also included in cultural heritage. Students, underline that. And what are the things, students, included in the cultural heritage? Education, farming, trade, rules and regulations for daily life, okay, which you have, and your family also follows that. The festivals, you know our country is very rich. We are diverse, we have the different religions, we have a diversity here, and therefore we have different festivals also. Entertainment, of course, art and handicraft, which we are now becoming world famous in our art and handicraft. Our beliefs, our skills, this all includes the cultural heritage. Come to the second paragraph. India, being an ancient country of the world, has its base traditions, social values, dogma, customs and family system. Make a bracket, students. India being from there till system. Now, India being an ancient country of the world. We know, students, we are very rich, and as you study these days in 10th standard about this your history, you will realize how rich and what a varied cultural heritage we are having, and you will know that where India stands in this. And so, India being an ancient country of the world has its best traditions, social values and dogma. What is the meaning of dogma, students? It's teaching, customs and the family system. We have a different family system, and if you go to see, still in our Gujarat, many of you, not Gujarat, even in our India, many of us, we have a joint family system where grandparents or uncles, many of you stay together. You will not get to see most probably in the European countries. In the Western countries, you don't get to see that, and something that is unique of our country. So, it is our duty to preserve our cultural heritage. Students, whatever our culture is, we need to preserve. We have to respect our own culture. Because students, there is no culture which is lower or higher. Each one's culture is unique. Each one's culture is different. There are references of 64 arts in our ancient literature. Underline that, 64 arts in our Indian literature. Underline the word 64 arts in our Indian literature. They are, now students, they have been given to you. They are handicraft, workmanship skills, kasab, art, drawing, music, dramatic art and dance, etc. Students, they have not mentioned all 64 here. But as you study, as you go ahead, you will realize what are the other things that they are talking about. Our ancient currencies were also valuable. Prosperity of India was main attraction for visitors to attack India. In 9th standard, you study students, even when you were in 7th, 8th, you have seen how the others, Mughals as well as the others came, the Britishers also, and what they were attracted to, what they have taken away from India. And you see why India is a reason to be attacked. Many visitors came and they attacked India because India had many things, our prosperity, which we have, the way we have been prospering. Okay, so there have been many things which visitors were attracted to, and they tried to attack India because of that. Today, the education of yoga has been considered as a part of cultural heritage, which has been accepted by the whole world. Our yoga, or you call it as a yoga, has become world famous. Consequently, 21st June is celebrated as the World Yoga Day in the whole world. Students, you know when the schools are on nowadays because of the lockdown period, we are not able to. Otherwise, every year we celebrate in the school 21st June as an International Yoga Day. We have the on the ground, all of you come together with your mat, with your yoga dress, and we celebrate that day. And so, students, it is not only in India, but the Indian culture that has been taken even to the Western countries, to the European countries, and there also it has become famous. In this chapter, we will learn about varied art and the craft of India. So students, what is that art and craft of India? Now, let's see. The art of Indian artisans. The art of Indian artisans. We are going to see now everything in detail. Now, the beauty of Indian cultural heritage is lying in the traditional art of its artisans. They have skillfully developed varied lifestyle of people through their remarkable art and handicraft industry. Students, make a bracket now. Weaving and embroidery, wooden art, clay work, drawing, painting, leather industry, enamel work, sculpture, architecture, acrylic work, diamond related artistic workmanship, and knitting work have their unique identity in India. Students, in this first paragraph here, this paragraph, we are talking about the different types of art, and they have given what is that art? Right from the weaving. I told you to make a bracket from here till in India. Now, students, weaving and embroidery. Embroidery you know, weaving you know, wooden art. We will see about this all in detail. Clay work, drawing, painting, leather industry, enamel work. What is that enamel work? It's a work of the bead work, fixing of the diamond and all, the like blue diamonds, ruby and all into gold ornaments. Okay, which gives more beauty. Sculpture, architecture, acrylic work, diamond related artistic workmanship, and knitting work have their unique identity in India. So students, now when we are talking about this all, the next paragraph you are studying about the art clay work. And students, I want you to learn this all very well because this is asked for the 2 marks question in the exam. You are asked, write about short in the, write a short note about art clay work, which will be asked for the 2 marks. So pay attention, what is this? Man and clay have been closely associated since ancient time. Students, the clay and man have their relationship right from the ancient time. We know it. Earlier, India is an agrarian country, students, you know it. Okay? And so students, many of the people were working in the field. Not only in the field, also with the clay work. The whole life of man revolves around it from the cradle to the grave, from the time they are born till they die. Before the invention of metal, clay things were used abundantly. If you ask your grandparents, they will be able to tell you how they used to prepare food in the clay utensils. And that time it was in demand. Once again we are trying to go back to that clay work. Toys, pots, pitchers, earthen lamps, clay stove, that is chula. Clay wares were made by the potters to store grains, milk, ghee, curd and buttermilk. Students, you see still the clay pots. In summer you like to drink water from the clay pots because it has altogether different taste. It is also cooling. And students, even the food that is prepared in the earthen clay, that is in the different clay pots and all, it gives a different taste. The grains that is stored, milk, ghee, curds, buttermilk, which is made in the clay wares. Make a bracket to students. Maximum kitchenwares were made of clay. The walls of the houses, kubas, that is huts, were plastered by the paste of the cow dung and clay. In the villages you go, students, you will see many poor people, their houses have been plastered by the cow dung. They have been plastered by the clay, and they are very cooling, students. We have studied this in the last year geography, the different type of houses. We have got many clay utensils of red color that belongs to Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa culture of ancient time. Underline that, Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa culture of ancient time, which we will be studying later on in detail. Potter's wheel is considered to be the best device for clay work in ancient India. Potter's wheel is considered to be the best device for the clay work. See, we know earlier the potters and all, how much importance they had and how they made the clay pots. In present time also we can see garba, that is pitcher having holes containing earthen lamp inside in Navratri. You know, you do the, when you go, some of you last year when you had the garba competition and all, and some of you were dancing with the pitcher. You had the lamp put inside, and something that is of Gujarat, I can say, which I have not seen earlier, which I have seen only in Gujarat. And so students, come to the next paragraph. India was famous for producing the baked utensils of baked clay. Last paragraph, students. India was famous for producing the baked utensils of baked clay as well as unbaked clay, that is terracotta, since ancient time. From the ancient time, this is known by seeing remains of old and handmade clay utensils found from Nagarjuna, Kaunda in South India and Langnaj, that is Mehsana district. So students, underline that, Kaunda in South India and Langnaj in Mehsana district. Now, students, as I asked you, you will be asked in the exam about the clay work. You have to write about clay work in 2 marks, and therefore you should be able to write this all point by point. And you know, when we write the answers, 6 points are important. Therefore, you need to remember the important points from here. And your first point will be, man and clay have been closely associated since ancient time. And then you will go writing about the different types of vessels like stove, that is chula and all, how the things have been stored, milk, curds, buttermilk, ghee. And so students, you will have to write about all this. Okay? I'm going to stop over here. I also will send you after this one photo of the board work where your homework will be given to you. You have to write your homework, which will be checked by me once the schools reopen. You have to write today's date and do the homework. Have a good day, students. See you tomorrow. Students, these are the questions. I also will take a photo and send it to you. Just about the genetical heritage and materialistic heritage. In short, something that you have to remember I have written. But those 3 questions you have to write in your fair book. Bye and have a good day.